Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock Live comes to Jacksonville this weekend, and Melissa Creighton, director of Jim Henson's Creature Shop in New York, joins us to tell us more about the show and how the Fraggles made the jump from the small screen to the big stage. Melissa, thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy morning. So what can audiences expect from Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock Live?
Hi, thanks for having me. It's so fun for me to get a chance to talk about the work that we do here at the Creature Shop. Um, the show is really, it's taking the original television show and just a completely new story that's made just for the stage. It's for audiences, family audiences, so from little kids all the way up to grown-ups and parents and beyond. And anyone who's a fan of the original show Fraggle Rock from the 80s, or if you're a new fan and you're watching the Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock on Apple TV Plus, or if you don't know the Fraggles at all and you just like a heartwarming, joy-filled story with music and dancing and puppets, then this show is for you.
I tell you, I was a huge Fraggle Rock fan growing up. I'm telling you, like all day, work the day away. It's just like I'm telling you, it's like embedded in my DNA, like that song. I'm telling you, like just like the little heads bobbling around when they run all over the place. I love the Fraggles so very much. So let me ask you, how did Jim Henson's Creature Shop help the Fraggles, make the leap from the TV screen to that we all either were very familiar with to appear live on stage? How did you guys make that work?
That's a good question. So here at the Creature Shop, we design and build all the puppets, but for this show, the puppets, the characters already exist. So our job is to faithfully recreate those characters at a larger scale, a much larger scale, so they translate on the big stage. And so one of the things, I brought some examples, not the whole puppets, but little pieces and parts. So these are a pair of Fraggle eyes right here, and they're really small, right? So you can imagine that the puppeteer is, like this, hello, hi David, and performing with these, eyes on a small hand puppet. But for the stage, we had to make a big version of the Fraggles that can be worn like a suit. And so the performers are trained to specially perform inside of a suit. So the arms of the performer are the Fraggle arms, the legs are the legs, the body's inside the body, and they're wearing the head up on their head with these big eyes.
That's so awesome.
So you can imagine it's a much bigger kind of performance, just in size. And then the doozers that are, you remember the little green doozers, they're only about this tall, and you couldn't fit a performer hand in the TV version of the doozers. Those are animatronic, they're controlled with animatronics. But for the stage show, we've 3D printed a doozer big like this. So this is just like the 3D printed body. And then we took a pattern off of this with this really cute little behind and made a hand puppet. So now the doozers are the hand puppets in the stage show. The Fraggles are the walk around puppets, like the Gorgs were the walk around puppets in the TV show. And then the Gorgs are, I don't want to give it away, they're a big surprise.
That is so cool. Okay, let me ask you, can casual fans of Jim Henson and himself enjoy the show as well? Like how do they get involved?
Well, I mean, I'd say if you like any of Jim Henson's work or anything that's like what Jim Henson did, which is heartfelt, imaginative, innovative work, then you'll love this show. It really has captured the heart and the spirit of Jim Henson and his creative legacy.
That's really cool. Okay, so what other fraggly fun can showgoers expect?
Well, there's a couple fun interactive moments that, and then there's also Marjorie the trash heap. Do you remember Marjorie? So we recreated a huge version of Marjorie that comes on with the bottom rows are almost like a set piece. And then she's a big parade style puppet, and the performer's wearing her with a backpack and then a mouth trigger to like open and close her large mouth. And she has a whole show-stopping solo in the middle of the show.
That is so cool. This show sounds fantastic. Melissa, thank you so very much for joining us today. We really do appreciate your time. So guys, Yeah. So, hey guys, Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock Live will be at the Florida Theater this Sunday. The show starts at 3 p.m. and you can get your tickets at FraggleRockLive.com.